Take the blade again.
You take the blade from the table. The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It sounds like the same voice as earlier.
She sounds, don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Continue down the stairs without saying anything.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Steel your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? So, you should just drop it.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late.
Say the princess.
You lunge forward with a
Oh,
moment's
not that
hesitation.
face. You had such a controlling voice and now you have that face. Oh, that hurts my heart.
You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, somehow. She has the memories. She knows what happened the other times. Some of them at least.
Yes. Even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over. But is it over? Really over?
It's not really over. Of course not. That was too easy.
It's over. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
Oh, we can check the pulse.
I really don't think you should do that.
The narrator knows. He knows. There's no way for him to not ask us to do that if he didn't know.
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us?
Oh, there definitely is something he's not telling us.
I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Check for pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one.
Too high. I don't.
We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question?
Well, narrator, to give you a piece of your own medicine, you said that she's definitely dead, so there's no way to bring her back alive. So what's with your, do you want her to be alive? Sorry, my mind is blanking a little bit now. Let's... Oh, pulse.
Wait. What was that?
That's a pulse. That's a pulse.
You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
Do you know what a lie is, narrator? But he did sound surprised when he finished with an another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs.
She even got up.
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
Well, I would have died anyway. The second I walk out of this room, the world ends anyway, doesn't it? The narrator says that if we don't kill the princess, the world will end. But I get transferred to a new reality anyway.
See you around.
See you.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you.
Well, yeah, that's what counts, according to you.
For whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The eraser. Ah, this is the one where she cuts me into so many pieces.
You're on a path
I think
in the woods. You're here.
last time I brought the blade with me in this state of the cabin, so to speak, so this time I'm not gonna bring it.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm gonna do it left.
Are we really doing this without a weapon? You know she has one, right?
No, she has many.
I've been stuck down here forever.
God, her voice sounds a bit metallic even.
There is something so wrong with that voice. Yeah, she thinks she's better
That's
than
not
us.
it.
Like
That's
she
not
doesn't
it.
even have to put on an act this
That's
time.
that's
You
not it.
descend the final step.
You are here to rescue me, right?
It's such a different personality. It's such an airy personality. I know you have a knife. I'd let you out of here if you drop it. Well, she had many knives, didn't she?
A knife? What are you talking about?
Can we just talk things through? I want to get on her good side, if that exists. Look, I know that you're mad at me, but I think we both just need to let bygones be bygones.
But I'm not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach.
Out of reach for what, princess? I like to trust you, but you're being so suspicious right now.
That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh?
You are doing it. Your entire conversation with me sounds the most fake I've ever heard someone talk.
Silly little birdface thinks he's so serious coming down here but doesn't know anything. He doesn't even have a knife for stabbing. I bet you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason. Okay, I'm bored now.
She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion. And then she slices through her arm.
I forgot she could do that.
Okay, maybe we aren't safe here. She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace. That won't stop us from trying. Run, 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 run,
Run.
You sprint for the stairs, but I wasn't exaggerating when I said she was running at you with a terrifying speed you couldn't hope to outpace. We don't make it, do we? No. You feel her blade in your back before you make it to the first stair.
I'm going to kill you now.
And with a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
What was this painful in last time? Because he kept chopping me into pieces and pieces and pieces last time. No way out.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the
You're
cabin
what?
is sharp. A constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
Yeah, why does he... Do all the voices... Are all the voices also echoes? I mean, it's the same voice. It sounds like the same voice, but a different personality.
The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure.
The
you take
cheated
the blade before
one.
letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
The cheated becomes the new narrator.
And then, we throw it out the window. What? That blade is the only edge we have. We are not. Too late, because we already did it, didn't we? Fortunately for the rest of you, and for me, and for the sake of the world... Yes.
So now all of the voices are experimenting with the fact that they can just manipulate the length of the story, manipulate me picking up and even throwing away the blade.
That is horribly unfair. They shouldn't be allowed to just do things like that.
Yeah, you just did twice, cheated.
You were the one who made us pick it up. See? You're not the only one who can figure out how to do things.
Figure out. Breaking the code.
What's done is done. I suggest you make the best of it. You're all so mad at each other. I'm just going to sit here quietly in the corner. You can be the ones to figure out what to do. So? Are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to?
Without the blade. The narrator should rather say, you step outside to retrieve the blade, because this is the only blade that's there, isn't there? But if we step outside, can we even step outside after we entered here? The narrator shouldn't have any faith in us going down there without a blade. The whole narrator's existence is based on me having a blade with me. Without the blade, the narrator has nothing else to fight for.
I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I wonder if the narrator thinks this is a normal house. That he doesn't see all the shards and all. Approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Wipe the mirror clean. The broken is so dumb.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open.
Every time we have the intention of actually going down the stairs, the mirror just goes away, and you can see the handle down
And
the
the
stairs.
mirror's gone. How surprising.
Yeah.
I can't say I was particularly invested in looking at it before, but now I really want to see what's in it. If it's so keen on hiding from us, whatever it has must be real good. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Without the blade.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. And you still don't have a weapon. That's funny! That's a joke! I'm going to kill you now.
Yes, that was extremely silly of whoever did that. Probably a bad idea.
Well, it wasn't me this time.
That was you.
I know, I'm just trying to add some levity to this. Well, since all of this was your idea, how about you figure out how to get us out of it? Oh, guys like us don't get to make any decisions. You should know that. I decided to pick up that blade, and you decided to throw it out the window.
That's teamwork.
This is why we've already lost. Can't even stop bickering with ourselves. How are we supposed to beat her without a weapon? She's so sharp.
Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Alright, I'm out of ideas. What we doing?
I want to say we're fighting her, obviously, even though we don't have any weapon.
We're fighting her? Are you forgetting the part where the cheeky one thought it'd be funny?
Oops. Are you forgetting the part where the cheeky one thought it'd be funny to throw our only weapon out the window?
I mean, it was funny. Even she said it was funny.
Yes, I suppose, yes.
Oh yes, it's absolutely hilarious. We'll all be laughing together once we're out of here.
If we make it out of here, but I don't know. That seems unlikely.
Oh, that voice of the broken is the voice of the crying now. Maybe we'll win.
Yes, exactly. Who knows what we're capable of? For all we know, that blade was holding us back.
In one way, but not in the fighting sense.
Okay, why not? Fists raised, you charge the princess.
Oh, with fists now. I thought it had to be with a blade. But, yeah, this is...
So you do want to fight, huh? Okay, hit me. Hit me and see what happens. I'll give you a free shot and everything.
Oh, if only we had a blade with us now.
Here goes. We can make this work.
And what if we don't?
Your fist slams into the princess's face and she recoils in pain.
Huh. We actually did something to her.
What if we take her arm with the blade and stab her now?
Ow, 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 ow. That hurt. What are your bones made of? Metal?
You are made of metal, apparently.
Because mine are.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
Before you can react, she returns a punch of her own. Only it isn't really a punch.
Yes, we all know she has swords for arms. We have eyes.
Well, she skewers you. Ow.
Ribbons! I'm going to make you ribbons. This is so much fun and I want to celebrate.
It would have worked if we punched harder.
The voice of the stubber.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? Nah, we'd know if we died. Right? You're on it. No, you're in it. Where the hell are you?
Where are he? He doesn't even see us.
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? I don't actually know how to answer that question.
We're fucking up fabric in space.
I think he means how many times have we died? Yes, that. Oh, I've lost count, to be honest.
I haven't. It's 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
So, the voice of the cheated says 4. The voice of the cheated wasn't here at the start of the game. He came later. So split from us, literally. He didn't emerge from another world or so. He was part of us all along, but only now got a voice.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
Ideas aside, it does sound like we are like one entity, and the more we die, we sort of internally split up. And that's what's causing all of these voices. There's not a completely separate protagonist in the worlds. It's actually us. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
You don't need any others. We just have to keep pushing.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Come on, show me something new.
She has swords for arms and we don't. We're panicking. What about dodging? It doesn't work, and she kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires. So why do we see this text that we sometimes see before and after worlds? It's because this is our godly or deity self blurring in and out. When we become a creature of flesh and blood, we have voices. But in between those stages, we have some sort of godly conscience or mind or so. We have this. Without a voice, just a bit text on the screen.
Just keep
Without the
dodging.
narrator.
Just keep dodging. Just keep dodging. She skewers you.
What's the point of avoiding me if you're not going to fight?
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman. She skewers you.
You're cute.
More noise isn't helping. It's just making it harder to focus. Just panic. She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes. We can't give up. We don't even have a weapon. Yeah, some clod threw it out the window.
We did have it last time, because we parried her, but it didn't help.
Again, that was you. No, I was just the clod who suggested it. And if I knew we'd be stuck here forever, I wouldn't have done that.
And this, I don't think they threw it away. Maybe I'm thinking about the earlier chapter, but I still feel we had a weapon here.
She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels.
She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
See? We lasted a little longer. Barely. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. Fine. One last time. None of this is working. Think. Think. She skewers you. And then
I don't have time to
everything
thinking.
goes dark, and you die.
For real this time. Chapter 4, The Empty Cup.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and take it from here.
It's just taking over the narrator.
No steel claw, though.
Yeah, no knife.
Was tossing it the only thing we've done that was permanent? That's a sick joke, universe. A sick, sick joke.
If it's gone for good, then maybe we never actually needed it.
That's what I've been telling you all. We can do this without it. We're tougher than steel.
Is that like a hint for the game in general? We never need the dagger? I don't know.
Mind over matter.
Who needs violence when you have love?
Who needs love when you've mastered yourself?
Who needs anything when we don't matter? Well, boys, are we ready? There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them?
Yeah, leave it to the pros.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to see how this ends. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
It sounded like we walked downstairs. Those were sounds of stepping down the stairs. I thought this was only like a slide down.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
She sounds like an AI voice.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait, and not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit!
She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
There's nothing gorgeous about that. What the hell?
Yes. Behold, the perfect woman.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up.
I'd say we bow down to her right now if that had ever even slightly worked for us. This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing. We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it. Narrator,
Empty my
What
mind.
just happened? It's so quiet.
So emptying my mind brings her back to the original place. So that's interesting. I've had this at the back of my mind, but I never put this into words. Is the cabin changing part of our perception and our mind? How we... Maybe the princess changes and so how she sees fit, but the environment itself seems like something we are conjuring up. And when we clear the mind, like, is the environment reflecting the new voice we have? For instance, when we have the voice of the broken, it turns into this tower where you have to climb to reach the blade. Is that because of the voice of the broken? And now that we emptied all of the voices away, we have the standard cabin. So we're seeing the world through the voices. Him too.
Something feels different
Two.
about you.
The narrator.
Almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
It's as if the worlds don't exist at all. The voices help shape how the world looks. And if we take them away, we have the standard world. Like a normal world, not a twisted one. Because every voice is exaggerating. But if we make the narrator shut up, we just said him too. We block out the narrator too. And then we have the nothingness. And also our cursor is, I suppose, a crow's head with a beak, or is that something else? You do not act as the princess approaches, instead allowing her to crash against your form, and yet there is seemingly nothing for her to crash against, because we are not in a world anymore. In a way, we are more powerful than the princess, but we are also not tied by chains. So, no narrator. We have our own narration now, in text. Again and again she swings at you, but there never really was a you to swing at.
This worked before. I was able to make you dead before.
Make you dead. She swings again and again, and this time she hits something, or something hits her. She looks down in confused terror as her arms bends and falls in up on itself. Because of all the hands?
Did you do that? It's funny if you did. You're nothing. You've done nothing to me, and I've done so much to you, and that's who we are. But it's like you're nothing now. You can't be nothing. If you're nothing, then what am I? Am I nothing too?
An existential crisis, my lady? Succumb and become one with the princess.
No, I'm the one who hurts you.
She hurls herself at you, but as she does, her metal body bends outward, the very contact with what you are repelling her to the point of destruction. Oh. The din of shrieking metal subsides, and something small and delicate falls into your hand. It's her heart. It beats gently, calmly in your palm. Oh, and a single hand takes it, because it's the remnant of the princess. A single hand is all that's needed to take it. Not another word is spoken. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. Reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. You see all of the hands, which seem to resemble the force of the princess, the core of the princess, and you just see a lone hand with a heart. That's all that's needed. Approach.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
How much has changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
I still want to take this. You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
All right. I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. How can I die from that space? From that nothingness? It's exactly what the narrator said. That's the voice of the echo. The echo is programmed to say,
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
yeah, you're also programmed to open up with that. But the narrator is also programmed to say, everything goes dark and you die. And when we see this show up in this vast nothingness, then we see the same thing, but without the narrator narrating it. It's the echo, not the narrator. But in a way, they are one and the same. And in another way, the narrator is just a fragment and copy of the echo, is what I've gathered.
You're here to slay Bear. The blade is your implement.
Enter the basement without the blade this time.
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Yeah, this just affirms what I'm saying. It's like, if I don't take the blade, then she sounds so innocent, like.
It's hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you.
I'm here to save you, Lie. I don't like to...
Wait, really?
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Man, I could put a lie and then try to save her anyway. Maybe that warms up the narrator and her.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever.
Oh. Oops.
I hope you brought something to deal with these chains. Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No. You're doing the right. Raising her arm to her mouth as she rips her flesh from her bone. A sound. It's the blade from upstairs. Or we could use it. You won't like.
Okay, so what if we slay the princess immediately?
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally.
Sorry about that, princess. You can see the blood in her mouth because she's eating. She's eating the... Oh my god, a depth perception here. You can see that when I move my cursor around. The background with the chain and everything just moves.
The wound drives her to the ground.
Wait, that's not in her heart. That's not in her heart.
Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
Yeah, and she... It's as if she knows if I'm picking up the blade or not. If I'm picking up the blade, she already sounds so controlling. If I don't pick up the blade, she sounds so innocent and scared before she even sees me. Does she hear me pick up the blade? Because when I stab her, she sounds like a completely different person.
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
With the ferocity of a cornered predator, so I suppose she will be the witch next.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm.
Yeah, I can see the claws. The claws here. Feral claws. And I suppose it is animalistic, just her trying to bite her limb off. Like, isn't that a thing with some animals? If they're really stuck and they want to get out of there, they try to gnaw off their leg or something? Maybe that's just me. I thought I read it somewhere, but maybe that's just me.
Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Slay the princess.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Run for the stairs and lock her in the basement, maybe she'll bleed out. This is a third option. They mentioned that there was a third option that the narrator was very vague about. I feel finish the job feels the natural thing to do, but I feel it's like one-sided. Give up, she's gonna kill me anyway. I want to try to run for the stairs.
The princess is still chained to the wall. There's nothing she can do to stop you from getting out of here. What if she doesn't succumb to her wounds? Whatever she is so much more dangerous than I thought she'd be.
So the narrator suggested and hinted towards that there's nothing she can do to us if we try to escape. He only said that because he knows the princess will likely bleed out. He wants us to survive as well, but primarily he wants the princess to die. If there was a chance that she wouldn't die, he would just say, finish the job. Don't think about turning around. Don't you dare.
You rush up the stairs and dive past the threshold. You're safe. For now.
Who opened up the door again?
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
Which means that the next time will be her nightmare form, I think.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Okay, so I'm not allowed to get on a good side here. Bang on the door all you want, it'll only make you bleed out faster.
Do you think a couple of cuts is enough to do me in? I'm not as frail as you think.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement. I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is.
Yeah, but the narrator knows that this is how the world ends, but the princess doesn't have that in mind. The princess has in mind that we typically see each other, like in other worlds. But now even she said that this would be the end. Which doesn't make sense when I think about it.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The nightmare.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.